man, for real, how many beaters, man? Holla at us, man. You know, you heard them. How many beaters?
Welcome back to another episode of True Street TV, where we cover everything street related. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, and let's get right into it. Today's story brings us back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, specifically the north side. As we know, Milwaukee produces hustlers and gangsters from every side of the city, but the north side is known for being the most gutted and dangerous in the city.
If you was on the north side, that's really the trenches over there, so it's kind of a little rougher. Like, you would be like, man, they're a little rougher on that end of town.
That brings us to the man we're here to talk about today. 29-year-old Guapo Chapo, the Milwaukee native, hails from the north side hood off 12th and Atkinson, home to Swindle Gang. Located in the Arlington Heights neighborhood, Milwaukee is a very segregated city, and this neighborhood is an extreme example of that, with over 90% of the residents in Arlington Heights being African American. It's also a very low-income neighborhood. Arlington Heights itself didn't make the top 10 most dangerous neighborhoods in Milwaukee, but it is placed right in the middle of the most dangerous hoods in the Mills, such as Franklin Heights and the North Division. But if you let anybody from Atkinson tell you it is the most dangerous hood in the Mill, which it actually may be, Chapo was well known in this hood, being active in the streets since a young kid, and like many youth growing up in these dangerous neighborhoods, Chop didn't exactly have a chance at a normal life. Guapo is one of the pioneers of the Milwaukee sound, as he was one of the first rappers rapping like this in the Mill. He began rapping around 12 years old and dropped his first song with Munch Lauren and Bankhead in 2011. Called Hold On Wait. They also released Male Jayer, which Chapo made the beat for it. Today you would call that kind of beat a low end beat, but Chapo was making those beats as far back as 2011, before the term low end was even used in Milwaukee like that. Chapo's older brother is a well-known Milwaukee rapper named Looney Baby. This duo was well known on the north side, Chop known particularly for robbing in his teenage years. Anybody walking down Atkinson was subject to pay dues. This would backfire on Chapo, as it was a Saturday, September 29, 2012, when a group of young men from Chicago were on Atkinson and would catch Chop by himself and run his pockets. Not knowing they were in the heart of this young man's hood. Chop was around 17 at this time and Looney was 19. Guapo would return home and tell his older brother Looney what had just happened. The unsuspecting group of men were at Atkinson Park playing basketball, not realizing they just made a huge mistake. Around 7 p.m., a group of men would walk up to the park and begin shooting at the crowd. 5 people were hit by the and 22-year-old Alexander Cross was pronounced shortly after.
News from Milwaukee, where 5 people have been in a county park.
This happened at Atkinson Park, which is at 9th and Atkinson.
It was just before 7 o'clock this evening when he and a group of some other people were playing basketball here, when one man fired into the crowd, and we're told by Milwaukee police at least 20 casings were found at the scene.
Looney would be arrested a few months after for this, being identified by a witness. Looney would say nothing to the police and take the case to trial. The star witness wouldn't show up and the prosecutor's case would quickly fall apart. Looney's lawyer would motion for a mistrial, which was granted by the judge. The DA, now knowing he wasn't going to be able to convict Looney of, would offer him a deal, including time served with a substantial battery charge, which he accepted in 2014. Chapo would release his first video when he collabed with T Glazed to drop Shooters in August of 2016. T is known as the biggest videographer in Milwaukee by far. If you go back to his earliest videos, Chop was the first music videos that he dropped that went crazy in the Mill, especially Pressure, which he collabed with Chicken P on. This song was huge in the city and Chicken's first song. They would drop Weed on Disc back in February of 2017, which was also making huge waves in the Mill. Guapo deserves a lot of credit for not only influencing Chicken to rap, but also influencing the Milwaukee sound and the whole rap style heavily. He will go to jail shortly after this song and serve around a year for a high speed, getting out early 2018 and going straight to work. Chop would start the year off strong, dropping 32 bars, which sits at almost 500,000 views today. He would then, not even 2 weeks later, release All Racks with his older brother Looney. This was a huge song at the time and sits at almost 2 million views today. He would also collab on a song with Babyface Ray around the same time. Chapo collabed with many artists outside the mill, such as Rio the Young OG, which we just did a video on Rio. So if you haven't seen that yet, I'd advise you to go check it out. He also has features with other Detroit artists like Skilla Baby, Peasy, and V's. He also has a feature with Tech, and he was also locked in with Wife and Lucci, and is still locked in with the Wife and Camp to this day.
Lucci and Looney, they got a video dropping, right? Like what? How that come about?
Lucci for almost a year now.
Yeah.
See, you know, I called him one day like, man, so let's do a tape together. Me, you, and my brother, woo woo. Throw it in the game type.
Chop would also drop a song with Jig in September of 2018. 2019 also had its share of big songs such as Raise the Prices and Bum Bum. His brother Looney would drop Drill in 2019, and a year later King Von would hop on the remix in 2020. Chapo and Looney were really in the streets their whole life, going in and out of jail. They would get raided by HIDTA at the end of the year. HIDTA is a drug task force well known in Milwaukee for going after all drug dealers. HIDTA would raid their apartment, finding almost $60,000 in cash and drugs. Chop would duck these charges as he had a $40,000 lawyer, but Looney would cop out to 7 years in prison, and he'll be out in a few years. Chop is still dropping music to this day, and dropped a song in 2021 called Started This, which he says in the beginning of many of his songs because he really is one of the pioneers of the Milwaukee music, and he did start this. He also has a mixtape coming in October, so be on the lookout for that. If you enjoy this kind of content, hit that like, subscribe button as it really helps the channel. Also hit that notification button as we are dropping every week. Comment who'd you like me to cover next. Peace.
20-year-old Milwaukee rapper Dante Garrett behind bars.
Would I take a plea for 10 years if I was snitching?
What case was it you just fighting just now?
I was fighting all really charges. It ain't no secret.
Welcome back to another episode of True Street TV, where we cover everything street related. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, and let's get right into it. Today's story brings us back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, one of the most slept on cities in terms of rap talent, in my opinion, and a city where a lot of rappers actually live what they're rapping about, as the street culture in Milwaukee is still dominated by hustling and getting money, similar to Detroit, rather than shooting like Chicago, creating countless rappers from the city to speak on their life in the booth. That brings us to the man we're here to talk about today, 27-year-old Dante Garrett, or better known by his rap name, Cap Drive, Montana. Born on the north side of Milwaukee near 29th and Capitol Drive. As I've said many times in past videos, the north side is known as being the most gutter and dangerous side of Milwaukee. Capitol Drive also happens to be the most dangerous street in Milwaukee, as it is a 3-lane street going all the way through the north side, known for reckless drivers speeding up and down Cap.
A new report ranks the most dangerous streets in the city. Capitol Drive is by far and away at the top of the list.
Shooting down Cap, doing 100, I might catch a ticket. It's like Montana pulling over, that sound ridiculous.
Montana wouldn't exactly have a chance at a normal life, being born right into the trenches. He was taught how to sell drugs by older guys in his neighborhood as young as 11 years old, which may sound crazy, but in Milwaukee, this is a regular occurrence. By the time Montana was 16, he made his first 10 bands in the streets and was a well-known face on the north side. A year later, at just 17 years old, he would catch his first case as an adult, being caught with the in April of 2014. Just 2 months later, in June of 2014, Montana will be caught with another firearm and be placed on probation. In Wisconsin, being caught with the isn't that big of a deal as, let's say, Illinois. As long as you're not already a felon, it's only a misdemeanor in Wisconsin to unlawfully carry a. Going into the year 2015, Montana was knee-deep in the Milwaukee streets. The Milwaukee rap scene was growing, with the Blessed Team and Wonder Red Reed being hot in the city around this time. And listening to these local artists would inspire Montana to start rapping himself. Munch Lauren was also a big rapper in the city, as he dropped Big Money in the summer of 2015, which still gets plays to this day. In January of 2016, just 5 days after Montana's birthday, he would release his first song, Old Kobe, which was going absolutely crazy in the streets and instantly had his name buzzing.
Young nigga ballin' hard like the old Kobe, with a click for the shooters, better than that boy you know.
This big song would kickstart Montana's rap career, but like many other Milwaukee rappers, this would also put him on Milwaukee police's radar. Montana will continue living his fast life and will release Graham sometime this year.
I got a bad bitch draped in Gucci fair, shooting down north, left them boys stuck on Brown Deer.
Police will catch up to him and charge him with possession of narcotics in March. And just 4 days later was arrested again for possession of narcotics and it was clear Montana was fully dedicated to street hustling. He would also release a feature with Money Mine in July called Rico, and another feature called Dream Team with other Northside artists, which Montana went crazy on, showing his unique wordplay while talking the whole song. In August of 2016, he would find himself in trouble again after going on a high-speed chase in a stolen car and crashing the car. Police would arrest Montana, and in the car they would find baggies, a scale, along with and an M4 rifle. He would be released a month later on a $10,000 bond. His bond was initially $30K, and his lawyer would request for a bail reduction, which was granted, allowing him to be released on the $10,000 bond. Rumors would begin circulating around the city, calling Montana a snitch after his friend Moochie would go on Facebook accusing Montana of telling on him. Shortly after bonding out from jail, Montana will release a First Day Out. After this, Montana will release one of his best songs to date, in my opinion, called Life on the Run, detailing how he's facing 40 years in prison.
I just got a call from my lawyer, told me to flee the state. If I lose trial, y'all won't see me till I'm 58. And what the fuck I supposed to tell my son? Judge trying to give me 40 years, but now I'm on the run.
He would also drop his only mixtape to date at the end of 2016 called Montana vs. the State. Montana would also start beefing with his old friend Cushy Chris, who he previously collabed on a song with. Apparently, Chris' house was ran in and robbed while he attended a Bucks game, and people began pointing the finger at Montana.
You going around telling Montana broke in my house. Stop playing with me, you. When your house, who you calling? Who you calling? Montana. Montana, bro. Montana, bro. Broke in my house, bro. Broke in my house, crying.
His other friend Moochie, who was also on that song, will begin beefing with Montana as well, claiming Montana told police he was in the car that Montana crashed and was caught with the drugs in. There was also rumors spreading around that Money Mont had stole Montana phones while he was in jail, which is a common occurrence in Milwaukee. After going back and forth for some time, Montana will hit the studio and make his biggest song to date, Extortion. This and Cushy Chris. This song has over 2 million views today and was the talk of the city for months after release.
We gonna start this shit off by saying, Chris, how you screaming Fred gang? And you tried to rob him. You said I ran near your house. Shit, you was sweet.
Cushy Chris would drop a response to this song, but it only has around 80,000 views. Another rumor will begin spreading that Montana had wore a wire on a man named Demetrius while purchasing 10 grams of, and a supposed video of this transaction was released on Facebook.
The following is to be a conversation of the CS purchasing approximately 10 grams of from Demetrius James.
Damn, him and they said the kids were still in there, bro. Bro, that's why we gotta be safe out here, bro. We know, my
God, that's crazy.
It's the whole team?
Yeah.
Look kind of.
Montana's name was now buzzing all over the city. From drama to his music, he was the talk of Milwaukee at the top of 2017 and will go live showing his paperwork after the snitching allegations. He would show how he didn't tell police who the passenger was to clear his name of snitching on Moochie.
Your boy was the talk of the city, right? Your boys are, yeah, hey, now, but we got paperwork now. I walked Garrett from his cell to the interview room at District 5 to question him regarding his incident. While walking Garrett, he stated he didn't want to go to the interview room because he wasn't going to make what? A statement.
He would go on to release Old Kobe in January, right after Extortion, which also went crazy in the city.
You can make 100,000 in a week. Cap drive, we the black mob. I feel like big meat.
On January 21st, Milwaukee would respond to a fire call and spot a Ford F-150 with bullet holes and casings around the car, suggesting it was involved in a shootout. Police would find a bulletproof vest, and they would also find around 30 of Montana vs. the State CDs in the truck. After also finding Montana's fingerprints in the truck, police would arrest Garrett and put his face on the news 2 weeks later in February.
20-year-old Milwaukee rapper Dante Garrett behind bars. He's known to law enforcement by his stage names Montana, Cap Drive Montana, and Big Homie Montana. He's uploaded several videos of his music on YouTube.
Funny enough, when Montana was going live about the Cushy Chris situation, he's actually seen in the same truck that police later found. Montana would have to sit in jail after being charged with bail jumping for all his previous cases and will receive a new bail of around $35,000. After spending the next year in jail fighting his cases, Montana will come to an agreement with the state, being sentenced to 6 years in prison. He will be sent to Dodge and then Ryak, a prison in generous scene for offenders under 25 years old. He would sit his prison time in Ryoc, which he worked on his craft in, even having a keyboard in prison, able to play the piano and rap over his own beats. He would be released back on the streets in July of 2020 after serving a little bit over 3 years after completing an early release program like we spoke about in other videos. Montana will waste no time going back to work, releasing Thank God for just 1 week after being released. This will make huge waves across the city, sitting at over 500,000 views today.
Montana this, Montana that. Let's get serious. Would I take a plea for 10 years if I was snitching? Let me put you broke on a little secret, dog. I just counted 30 racks in 30 minutes.
Just a few days later, he would release an EP called Street Therapy with songs like Dear God, which he shot the video for a few days after this release.
Got the devil staying next door, he my neighbor. I've been putting in work for dog, he owed me a favor.
In October, he would go and do an interview with DJ Jerry, a well-known DJ around Milwaukee. I was surprised at this interview as DJ Jerry seemed to be trolling Montana with snitch questions.
But you gotta answer each question in the box in 20 seconds or less. You ready? All right, grab the first one, bro. Read what it say. Read it out loud. Read it out loud. Read what it say. What it say?
Have you ever planted grits in one of your homies' crib?
Yeah.
Hell no, never will. Ain't never did it, like I said. But ever show some proof of that, I'll give you 50,000 a day.
But Montana was able to brush it off and complete his interview, claiming he wasn't police at all. In this interview, Montana would also speak on Money Mind stealing his phones after he was arrested.
He fooled me, thought he was going crazy. That's really waiting for me to get knocked. They run off with them phones. My mama, I got knocked. They came with the opportunity, like, damn, bro, doing 5 G's a day on a slow day. What up? Why not? Why not? It don't make sense, my nigga. They're like, bro, they thought they had an opportunity. Like, a lot of things shiesty, just when they see some money in front of them, they opportunities.
Montana also spoke on Moochie running from the car and leaving all his drugs and a behind for Montana to take the fall for.
I was riding with, I don't say names, but the streets know who it was. I was riding with bro. No, got on the chase. Bro jumped out the car, threw everything back in the car on me, threw the woo, threw the all public, look it up, I ain't lying.
The next month in September, he would release All Facts, where he speaks on the case with Moochie.
Now this what happened, me and Moochie, we was sliding every day, 200 grams, how we ride. Out of nowhere, dog, the police got behind. I couldn't shake them, I told bro, just jump out, I'm gonna keep on driving. Hey, I gotta end this song by saying free Moochie, bro. I hope they do so I can fill you up with bullet holes. How you gonna try to run my name through the dirt? When I say solid and I took the case all in.
He will go into 2021 dropping more music like Dope Lingo and Hot 60. Also releasing another EP in April called Baby. In May, he would release a song called Babyface Ray Remix with over 150,000 views today. Now we're in 2022. Montana has successfully stayed out of trouble for almost 2 years and is consistent with his music, although he definitely could have put some mixtapes together. He would continue to feed the streets with singles and music videos. He would release Off My Chest in January of 2022, speaking on a lot of things, including one of the Mari boys who is his cousin and left him hanging in prison.
Got locked up, I hit you for some money. You said, go ahead, give your mama my number. And when she hit you up, just stop answering. Now I'm richer than you. I can't stop laughing.
In February, Montana released Miami Vice, which is a hard song in my opinion, and I'm surprised it doesn't have way more views. He would also collab with Lil RB and Big P on a song in May called Grindin', which sits at almost 1 million views today. In 2023, Montana would end up back in prison facing revocation. I'm not sure what this case was over, but he would spend about a year in Stanley Correctional Institution before being released in June of 2024. He would release a song called Young Jock right after getting out, where the intro would talk about Montana a man in self-defense, and that's why he was locked up, but I have no further info on this and can't verify this.
A group of men pulled on him to Garrett, shooting in one charged with. Garrett stayed in the county jail, but his fortune seemingly changed when a jury ruled he in self-defense, making him a free man once again.
It's going down.
He would also run into Demetrius, who is the man Montana is accused of wearing a wire on. Montana would post a video to Instagram showing Demetrius, where he would go on to say that Montana never wore a wire on him, and that there was a third man in the car who was attempting to set both of them up at the same time.
Y'all tried to lie my name and said I told on it, wore a wire on it, and all kind of shit. And you know, I let y'all run with that shit because I knew that this day was gonna come where after all the when you hear something from the horse's mouth, you can't dispute that. Just give me 1 second.
What it do, y'all? You know, there's a lot of going on with bro name and mine. You know what I mean? Just to clear the air on us. You know what I mean? Me and bro end up getting set up at the same time. You know what I mean? So You know, as far as the videos and all that go, you know what I mean? Another put that on us, man. You know what I mean? Bro solid, he 100. And for the record, man, y'all owe bro apology for that, for real.
Hey, state your name so they know though, cause
y'all, as they said, you know, the video said my name, Demetrius James, and you're hearing it from the horse's mouth.
Since then, Montana has spent his days on Instagram showing off hundreds of thousands of dollars and seems to be living the dream life. He then changed his rap name to 7-Figure Montana and hasn't been dropping music that much as he is focused on other things. I'd like to see him spend time creating another mixtape. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts and let me know who I should cover next. If you enjoy this kind of content, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you don't miss any new uploads. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Listen, hey Montana, where you been? You ain't posted on the ground. Boy, I'm on the run. I really posted out of town. They caught a load. 2 bricks a boy with 200 pounds. At least $500,000 cash when I broke it down. What's the biggest rush you ever had? What's the biggest risk you ever took? Son, don't come up in this kitchen, yeah. Now right now, baking soda, daddy finna cook. Hey, but he knows he though. He in blender shaking, so he take a look. At least he know his pops a kingpin, not no petty crook. Doing 100 down the side street, trying to take the hooks. Pulling with this big earthquake, get a nigga shook. I'm a damn librarian, I be serving books. In other words, little nigga, I got whole thing. Cousin put the feds on me, this a cold game. Cry when I got the paperwork and read his old name.
What's going on, y'all? This is YPN Keith, man. We in Milwaukee with For Show Mag.
Yeah, I'm Vaughn, Keith's big brother, man. You know, we've been doing this for a while now. You know, we ain't replaying nothing. We going on bigger and better things now, so when you see it, it's gonna be on the top level. Just got this about like a year ago. We just trying to do better in life, man. You know, we ain't came from the struggle. You don't want to struggle too long, so you know we had to prosper and just go on a whole nother level. So we on bigger and better things now. See, we ride cats, we ain't never looking back. You know what I'm saying? So that's how life gotta be. Just stay consistent. That's what I tell everybody. That's free game.
You know, up here, it ain't a lot to do besides do the wrong things. And after doing the bid, after 5 years, we just trying to, you know, switch it up, find something better to do. But it's taking time, you know, to learn all the different avenues you can take to get rich. Because growing up, really around here, it's really, the first idea is only one way. So basically, slowly but surely trying to figure out all the avenues and get into them. So this my brother right here though. So I took a different lane though. I got into the trucking with the semi. I just did 5 years. So I used to be studying up on the semis and trying to get into it a little bit more. So I ended up buying my first semi. I named it P4E Trucking. Basically down there what my necklace is, it's paid forever. Basically, I was already getting money doing what I was doing, but I decided to label myself paid forever now because now I want to get it in a different way and make it last forever instead of going to jail and they take everything and then, you know what I'm saying, it's only short-lived. Me going to prison, I got my sentence because I had attempted delivery, then I had another one, then I had a reckless endangerment. But you know, like, when you live in that life, that's what you're doing every day. So it's like, it's bound to happen to catch some cases because that's what you're doing. So basically, I mean, I regret my decisions of how they happened or how I caught the cases because all my cases that I caught, it was that could have been avoided. Like, it was me doing where I should have been doing something else. Like, if I was staying focused on my grind, you know what I'm saying, I probably got caught eventually, but not right there and then. Like, my was like jank, just like random. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no business over there trying to do that, or instead of staying focused, I was getting loose. So I regret my decisions I did for them cases, but a lot of happened for a reason. So if I ain't get caught then, I'd probably be right now or something, or you never know. But I came back out now, I'm doing good. So it's like, I still own businesses, I own an apartment building, I own some houses. So it's just like, I really ain't lose too much. I just really got a chance to sit back, elevate my mind, and come and attack what I left behind and do it on a whole nother level instead of just letting it all burn and crash out. Yeah, man, see, right now we on 46, man, uptown. This down there, like, this my second home type. Like, this down there part 2 of where it all started taking off at. See where we're at right now? This house, we stand right here every day. everybody will walk from every avenue, wherever they from, and come right to this block and stand on this porch right here with school. Slept on this block. We didn't, all these houses abandoned. We done slept in these houses over here. They didn't remodel them. This house, slept in this one. Shoot dice all day over here. It's now though, it used to be live. You'll come over here, it's 50 people on the block right here. It ain't the same no more though. Yeah, it's still over here, man. Yeah. Gucci down, look at it. What's going on, man?
I knew you was gonna come up with blue something up everywhere.
Milwaukee for music, we didn't be really getting overlooked a lot. Like, or we just ain't got that outlet yet. Like, but there's some people that came out so far, but it ain't many as I think deserve it already. Like, I've been doing the music, well, I just got out, so, but before I was doing the music for like a year and a half, but I was really just having fun type, just doing it because we doing, basically what everybody rapping about, we doing it for real, so it was just fun to do the videos and, you know what I'm saying, just show out for our city. Like, even like when back then, when they think about Milwaukee, like the videos or something, or somebody trying to show off for somebody from Milwaukee, I feel like I was putting on for our city type. Not even on the rapping though, just showing like how we coming up here type. But yeah, like the culture of it, like think of Milwaukee and they'd be like, man, there's some black people up there. Or they'd be like, man, where the f that's at? Like, that's Wisconsin, what the f they do up there? So then when they see what's going on, like, bro, they really thugging up there and they really, you know what I'm saying, getting money too. It's just like everywhere else. But the music, I feel like we could do a lot better. We need more of an outlet. But it's coming slowly for surely, progressing. But I feel like it really been overlooked. Chicken in jail right now, I feel like he down there really pushed us to another level, like the whole culture of Milwaukee rapping type. But like, everybody been going crazy. Like, it's a new generation of different musics that's coming out from us. Like, you know, it be the dancing music. That came a long time ago with Hootie Mac them and Bankhead them. That was the dancing. Then when that took its toll, it was when got out of school and it was time to make it happen. That grime music, like really gritting type, getting out here. I think like Larry Bird then originated it. So really going crazy on that. Y'all blessed team. Then they really opened up the door. Like, we really talking about that. Like, I done went to other states and they like, we heard about y'all out there, like, and then they come here and see like, oh, y'all really moving like that. So it's like the streets will really put you on a whole nother level when they know you really doing it. So basically, when I went in though, I had a big wave. And then on top of that, it's like, I really couldn't focus. I'm doing the rap, but you know, the rap is really the streets. It's just the streets with some entertainment. So getting into it with having bang outs every other day, just different. Cause you know, everybody got their own little groups. So they call themselves this, we this or that. Getting into it with so many, like really being into it with half the city, literally, and all off nothing really in reality. But coming from that wild mindset then, now coming out, I'm on the same thing with the rapping, but minus the, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really get my bag out this. Like, they be like, you gotta pick and choose. It's either you gonna be in the streets or you go rap. This down there where it started at, this is my childhood house right here. That window right there, this was my bedroom right here. I swear to God, on everything I love. When I was in this bedroom and it was dark, I seen a shooting star. I looked out that window. I swear to God, I'm like, damn. I'm like, you know how you wish on a star? I'm like, damn, I wish I get $1 million.
That felt like he was Pinocchio.
Then I'm like, that's probably too much right there. Let's give me 100,000 then. Let's be real. I'm like, let me get 100,000. This the house right here. I stayed in the back. This is my brother. He stayed in the front. He stayed in the front house.
Mine's the front end back house.
This over with. When I was younger, this seemed so big, but looking at it right now, this little. This, damn. Hey, you remember this? Look where we at? It don't even look the same no more. Yeah, hey, I told him, hey, you remember one day I came home from school and it was all the with the candles lit up on the stairs. I'm like, what happened to the lights? I stayed with my mother. But you know, when you getting older, like my dad, he went in my life till I was like 8. So when he came around, you know, he playing catch up. He buying me clothes, shoes, all this. So I get mad at my mom. I'm like, man, I want to go live with my dad. So she like, take your over there then. But I'm thinking it's gonna be sweet when I went over there. No. I go over there, I get to living with him, all the new and all that I was getting. I started getting in trouble in school. Stealing, fighting, all this. He got to cut that right off. So now I'm at his house, I ain't getting, and he just strict. So now I'm trying to go back to her house. So now I'm going back to, I go to his house during school, then I go to her house. Now mom, she ain't getting no, so I go to her house, I'm in the streets. Ain't no curfew, ain't no rules, ain't no where you at, ain't no nothing. You thugging. You go to his house, it's all, where you at, you gotta be in by this time and all this. So I'm gonna end up gravitating towards her. So growing up, it was kind of strict at first. Then I ended up running away when I was like 15. That told me, he like, you get in trouble in school one more time, you going to the Army school. Man, I got off the school bus. I got in trouble. I got suspended the next day. I got off the school bus. Our house this way to the right. I'm looking. I went to the left and just started walking. They turned back. I'm like, so after that, it was over with. Like, I was like 15, I ran away. I've been out here ever since. So right now, we on 14th and North. This where anybody that wants to drop a mixtape or want to be heard or they CD sold, they'll come right here. They closed right now. But basically, this where everybody come to basically get off the ground to try to get they heard.
You was gonna get heard, everybody was in here. You gonna get heard, no. It's the ghetto spot for the mixtapes.
This is my mixtape trapper's store.
Taking the shirt.
This is my uncle bar right here, Neat, Big Neat.
Well, I just bought the bar. It's called. It originally was called New Entertainers, but I changed it to the Regal Beagle. You know what I mean? Give it a little bit of flavor, you know. But I got it last year, beginning of last year. It's definitely been a blessing. You know, the whole city, you know, pretty much love it. I stay packed every day. You know, I don't have not one day that ain't packed. You know, so it's definitely been an outlet for us to be able to try to, you know, make something happen in Milwaukee and create something that's good for the entire city. You know, because it needs it. You know, right now we got just too much to go on instead of enough getting money. You know, our city has always been capable of getting money. You know, cats from here, man. We always say if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of them just don't know it. And we also, you know, opening some in Dallas. You know, big club out there. So, you know, we just gonna stay connected, man. Milwaukee to Dallas, you know, make sure Keith get himself, you know what I mean, to the top where he belongs. You know, he should have been there already, but hey, it's coming.
So really, we started off YPN. We were just sitting there one day like, we want to rap. We was rapping a little bit, we was playing, but we a group though, like we need a name. Like everybody got they name, like what's goes, you know what I'm saying, solidify us, what we gonna be. And then we sitting there, like, you know, YFN, Lucci and them, and Migos, Young Rich. And I'm like, damn, we could be Young Paid. Growing up in Milwaukee, it's like really any other city. It's gonna be, ain't gonna be easy. It's always gonna be hard. So, you know, I'm pretty sure like everybody else ghetto, everybody going through the same. Like, but me growing up, like, came a long way. Like when I was little, but I always been hustling. So when I was little, we had like, we'd go do crazy. We'd go steal from the stove. That down there was the first hustle. Go steal from the stove. Second hustle, we used to go beg for change. That was my second hustle, begging for change. Then we elevated. I started going to sell bottled water. You know how you go to the stove for $5, they give you like a 24 pack or something, $4 or whatever, go sell bottled waters. So basically, it's like Milwaukee, you gotta have a hustle. You gotta do something because ain't nobody gonna give you nothing. So like, so went to the bottled waters. Then after that, it was regular weed. Then it just elevated after that. It just getting bigger and bigger. So I mean, the scale. So basically, you gotta hustle. So I grew up on McKinley, like 24th, 25th, 26th, and it was we grew up under other that was already hustling. So like, we already seen big hustling, new cars, all this, but we ain't have it. But we knew if we wanted to have it, we got to do something like them. Like whatever they doing, we got to do. So basically, just looking at that.
Well, I might own the shop. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Where to put this at? Yeah, sure, man. I ain't gonna have to see this anyway. Like, damn, Big Money ain't never wired up. It's me, man. This is what it is, man. Real street county, man. Put these microphones on, press that button, microwave up, man. You feel me? Real street, man. 3278, man. You know how I'm repping, man. East side of Milwaukee, man. Yeah, man. It's really basically, everybody start rumors. Everybody start plenty shit, but it's like, we got to put that shit on the table, man, because some shit can be solved. It might prevent some shit, or it might start some shit. How it turn out, we in the streets, but we got to get the real, though. So that's my job. I let them come on here, talk, want to promote themselves, present themselves, whatever. There's something going on in the streets, sit down. We finna talk about it. You feel me? Hoes come on here, shake their, get money, get booked, all type of shit, man. You know what I mean? It's just like, I got the platform to put everybody above water, you feel me? I don't care about this shit. We gonna share this shit. We gonna have fun. We gonna do us, man. You feel me? It's like, I'm trying to stay out of prison, man. You feel me? Man, back to back, man. I'm done with that shit, man. Doing this now.
No, listen, they want to know about the music scene in Milwaukee.
What music scene? You?
Come on, man.
The dance? What? What you want to know about? What you want to know about the dancing?
We got plenty of artists and plenty of that's going on.
We do.
As far as, me producing a year's out the mail. I did a lot of Crazy with the Racks for Chicken.
Yeah.
Cruise for Chicken. All this I did with YPN. Man, all type of shit, man. Our city, man, our city really popping.
Our city is popping. We just got to get that one person to just, like, come on. YPN Keys started opening up doors for really a lot of this shit, though. You know what I'm saying? For the I ain't gonna say open the doors for a lot of this shit, but open the doors for a lot of this generation right now. Back from, 2009, 10? No, this dude was rapping from like 2012, 13, 14, and you know what I'm saying? Boom. And now it's just like, everybody want to start rapping now, you know what I'm saying? He went down, did his time, and came back home. How I feel about the Milwaukee rap, hell yeah, a lot of people be lying too much. But yeah, I like it though. The beats be good, bob they head to it. You feel me? Most bob they head to it, but it's like, everybody got to stay in their lane. Like, stop trying to follow, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all see Lil Certified, that's his shit. Come on now, y'all know that's his beats, that's how he act, that's how he talk. His shit raw, uncut, he do his own shit. Don't try to go get no beat like that, man, and try to talk like that, man. Don't do that, man. Y'all got to be yourself, man, you know what I'm saying? And then, like my man, Steve the Stoner, everybody want to laugh about dancing and shit. Not everybody dancing. Everybody want to make up a dance now, but go on with that shit. Y'all just laughing and all that shit. Y'all see took off, now y'all trying to dance now. Since when y'all start doing that? Because y'all want to be followers, man, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lil Chicken too, y'all. I listen to Lil Chicken because he know how to rap. He know how to rap. Real life, he know how to rap. MT Twins do know how to rap. Both of them. They look just alike, but y'all both of them know how to rap.
See, when I left off, the music scene, it was gritty. Like, everybody was talking about, like hustling. It was real hustling music, like, on that type of level. I came back out now, it's more on everybody, it's leveling up, it's getting more versatile. So it's more like, it's all type of different styles of people rapping, but people originate come with their own styles. So I feel like that's good, but I feel like it ain't gonna be hard for me to get back in the groove of it, because basically people go buy into your story, you know what I'm saying? They go buy into what they like about you. That's what they want to hear. So as long as you be yourself, I feel like either they gonna like it or not. You can't help but to, you know what I'm saying, succeed in it for your story.
Exclusive.
5-1. And tonight, a neighborhood is grieving after one of the worst Milwaukee shooting incidents this year.
Yeah, body droppers, man, for real, homie beaters, man. Holla at us, man. You know, you heard them. Homie beaters.
Welcome back to another episode of True Street TV, where we cover everything street related. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, and let's get right into it. Today's story brings us back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, specifically the north side. As we know, Milwaukee produces hustlers and gangsters from every side of the city, but the north side is known for being the most gutted and dangerous in the city.
If you was on the north side, that's really the trenches over there, so it's kind of a little rougher. Like, you would be like, man, they're a little rougher on that end of town.
That brings us to the man we're here to talk about today. 29-year-old Guapo Chapo, the Milwaukee native, hails from the north side hood off 12th and Atkinson, home to Swindle Gang. Located in the Arlington Heights neighborhood, Milwaukee is a very segregated city, and this neighborhood is an extreme example of that, with over 90% of the residents in Arlington Heights being African American. It's also a very low-income neighborhood. Arlington Heights itself didn't make the top 10 most dangerous neighborhoods in Milwaukee, but it is placed right in the middle of the most dangerous hoods in the Mills, such as Franklin Heights and the North Division. But if you let anybody from Atkinson tell you it is the most dangerous hood in the Mill, which it actually may be, Chapo was well known in this hood, being active in the streets since a young kid, and like many youth growing up in these dangerous neighborhoods, Chop didn't exactly have a chance at a normal life. Guapo is one of the pioneers of the Milwaukee sound, as he was one of the first rappers rapping like this in the Mill. He began rapping around 12 years old and dropped his first song with Munch Lauren and Bankhead in 2011. Called Hold On Wait. They also released Male Jayer, which Chapo made the beat for. Today you would call that kind of beat a low end beat.
Put your right hand up at the